Okay, yeah. So for whatever reason, my my motor connector was backwards. I don't remember if I did that myself, or maybe it could have been that the motor was flipped around on the bicycle that I was using. It goes a different direction, so so we need to spin it the right direction. But if you can find a way to reverse these wires, you can have a reverse function for your scooter. But yeah, we're not gonna do that. And I feel that we don't need something like that. All right. Okay, so I went and looked over everything, and there's a couple issues. So the charge port is not wired properly. I watched this other guy's video where he did like a 36-volt controller install on his, and he said he like fried his controller or something. Something blew up, and because the charge port wasn't the right polarity. So this isn't right. So the charging port is right here. If I line them up, the red goes to the positive. Red goes to the black, and then the reds go to the black basically. And you don't want that. Pretty sure we got to flip them. The brake, I'm not gonna worry about the brake. I'm not gonna use the brake. I don't really know what it does. It's supposed to like shut the motor off when you hit the brake or something. So I guess you can trail brake now or something. I don't know. I don't remember if like when you hit the brake it just kills the motor right away if you're full power, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, so there's that. We gotta flip that around, and then I realized like how are we gonna use the power switch? So this acts as a relay is what it is. So what this is like the signal wire on a relay. When you connect these together, it completes the circuit for the relay, and then it turns everything on. So if we want it to work like stock, I think I have to actually use this. So I have to cut these wires, and I have to add what's it called, these guys, these spade connector. These are like male spade connectors. Oh, I could chop these off with this and put it on this, but I think well, you know what I can do is we can probably use the other. It's too bad it's too bad I'm not going to use the twist throttle with the key switch on it, because that would be nice, and then nobody will take, nobody can ride off with your scooter anyways. They can kick it off or just pick it up, but they wouldn't be able to power it on. But the way it's set up right now is like you're plugging it in, and then you plug it in and it's on. So and then it's just on all the time. To fix that, we gotta to power everything off, we gotta connect these. These are this wire here. I'm not really sure what this wire was called before, but this is your switch wire. And like this is the wire that I said if you twist them together it turns it on. So basically we got to connect this to the switch, and then that switch will turn the scooter on and off. I would like a handlebar mounted switch though. I think that would be a lot better. Basically this is what this is basically. So we gotta make this like this and then plug it in. Yeah. So if I disconnect this right now, the scooter will not run. Okay, so anyway, we'll figure it out. I'll get everything all hooked up, and then I'll let you know how it went. All right. Also, we need to hook up we need to take the old twist throttle out, put the new one on, and that's about it. Yeah, then we're pretty much almost done. We got to figure out how to get this switch, and then we got to reverse the charging ports, and then I think we should be good. Another thing is we have to figure out how we're going to mount it. So this is the old unit and this is the new unit. The new one is much smaller, so that means it will definitely fit. We just have to make it fit. We'll probably use one of these screws here to hold it in. I think we can only use one, but that's okay. Yeah. So, all right. That's what. Okay, so I went ahead and switched the charging ports around, it's pretty much the same way I did the motor. I just used a pick and I pressed in. I had to it was a little bit harder, but yeah, you just have to just get some good leverage on there. So these are the charging ports side by side now, and I flipped them, so now they're right. So the red is on the right and the black is on the left, and then the tab is on top. So those are right. And then I thought I could maybe do something with the brake here, but it's totally different connector. So this is the brake connector for the stock controller, and this is the one for the new one. So they're totally different. Even I was thinking like, yeah, maybe we could just swap the connectors, but it's totally different. This one is a male and the other one is a female. So the only way if I want to get that to work, it's basically just cut this off and then solder it onto there. But I'm like, nah, it's okay. I don't think we need the brake. I don't really know what it does. All I know is I think it kills the motor when you hit the brake. So I don't think we need something like that. So I'm just not going to use it. So the last thing to do is to add some of these guys, these female spade connectors, onto this here. So, all right. Okay, there's my handiwork there. So this red and blue wire, I separated it, and then I added 2 spade connectors to it, and then I put some shrink wrap, some black shrink wrap over the top. So because the other ones were insulated too, so they look very similar to those ones. There it is. All right, so let's plug it in. Okay, so I went and soldered. I mean, not soldered them. I went and plugged them in. I don't know what order it's supposed to go in. If it doesn't work one way, we can plug it the other way. But like all it is just it just connects those 2 wires together, and then I went ahead and plugged in the charge port connector into the switch, and then I'll go hook up the rest. Okay, rejoice! Everything works like it should. So, all right, here we go. So we've got the switch here. Flip that on. The light goes on there too. The light wasn't going on earlier. It's because I didn't have the charge port connector hooked up properly. And then this guy lights up too. So this is a good way to tell your scooter is on. And you need to turn it off, because the thing I don't like about this, it's kind of hard to see, and then I forget all the time. But if I see this on the handlebar on, then I'll know, hey, I need to hit the switch. So that's on. Twist the throttle. There it goes. And that's pretty much it. Turn it off. No power. There you go. So there it is. So everything works properly the way it should. I have some extra connectors. This is a brake light, I think. That's a brake light. This is the brake right here. So if I did want to add brake lights to maybe that'll be a future project. If I wanted to add some kind of brake light to my Razor scooter, I could. I'd imagine I could probably. I don't know, man. You might be able to mount one like right underneath here. Because I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it on the fender, because the fender you want to take the fender off, to work on it. So and you can also there's also a light, I think. I think this is the brake light, and this is for the brake. So if you remember correctly, we're not going to use the brake one because the connector is totally different. I could probably get it to work if I snip this off and I snip the one on the stock controller off. I kind of want to leave my stock controller like that. And then, yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. We connected everything. So the connections, total connections, are to get this whole dealie working the way close to the way it was when it was stock, was the battery connector right here, the motor right here, the twist throttle, the indicator light for the twist throttle, and the charge port. And what had to be modified was I don't know. I needed to make a female spade connectors for the switch here that goes to your main switch, and then I needed to flip flop the. I had to flip the motor control, the motor controller wires. I had to flip them around because maybe the other motor was mounted backwards or something. I don't know. And then and the charge port. We had to flip this charge port around too because the wires didn't match up. So just be very careful. So there are kits on eBay that, like, I think they probably wired it so you just plug it in, so it's easy like that. But if you buy like the Yiyun Tech LB28 here, just by itself like this, that's what it's gonna be like. You may want to check the wiring before. It's no big deal that this one was connected backwards because obviously the scooter ran backwards, so we don't want that. So I flipped it. That doesn't destroy anything. Just make sure that the red and the black are right here, and your charge port red and black are the right ones. Because actually we haven't tested to see if it charges, so I might go do that. Okay, right, so it's the moment of truth. Did Hades Omega hook everything up right? So there's my Razor scooter charger. This is actually from an older one, but it still works. So it should go red if I plugged it in properly. And so I'm gonna plug it in, and it goes red. There you go. So it's charging now. And then I just unplug it. It should go green again. Boom, green. So, and yeah. So there you go. It works. Cool dealies. And the scooter still works. Awesome. All right. So everything works. So functionally it works. Now we just gotta install all the stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So the first thing we should probably do is install the twist throttle. So I'm going to go ahead and take the twist throttle out again. Actually, I'm going to disconnect everything again. So when I got everything mounted in there, we'll plug it back in. So it's not too hard to figure out what plugs were. So that should be good for now. All right. So to get the twist throttle out, the old twist throttle out and the new one in, there's an access port here. You can take that out, and then that'll let you take the wires out right here. There's a little grommet here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the old one out. This is the old one right here. Yeah, there's like a little grommet in there. I think we gotta like destroy the grommet or something. I'm not sure. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's like a little half. It's kind of a little half grommet that's in there. So there we go. The twist throttle is free now, and then I just have to free it from the rest of this mess here. All right. Okay, so I got pretty much the whole cable out already. This one here. Yeah, so I got all the whole cable out. Basically what I had to do was, I took it out of this here, and then there's these kind of like, I don't know, these little plastic wire wrapper thingies here. I just kind of undid that a little bit and then slipped it out, and there it is. There's the stock throttle. So to take it out, you need a 3mm, I believe, yes, 3mm Allen wrench. Go ahead and loosen the screw here. It's really hard to loosen. Okay, there we go. Okay, should be free. And then we got to take the grip out, and that kind of requires 2 hands. Basically, I'm just gonna pull it out like that. I don't think it'll be too hard. It's only like half of a real bottle. So I got so basically it was kind of hard to get it out. I used a spray bottle of water and soap, and then I kind of twisted it out, and then I got it out. So there we go. Old twist throttle comes out. There's a little plastic thing it rests on too right here. So make sure just keep all these parts just in case you're gonna want to use it again or sell it or whatever. I don't know. And then we're gonna go install the twist throttle now. Okay, so this throttle has a little screw on the bottom here. Just gonna go fish that in there. I don't think it's super tight. Okay, good. So just get that in there, and it did come with a new set of grips. You could I could reuse the Razor one. I'm probably gonna use this. I'll probably keep this one, but I'll leave. I don't know, maybe we can use the Razor one. All right, so these are the grips that came with the Currie Tech half throttle right there. I don't think I'm gonna use them, but I'll keep them just in case. You know, we need to change the grips. The grips are still okay, so I'm just gonna reuse the Razor one. There is a plastic dealie that came with it. I think it goes like that, yeah. So the I think it's just like a little spacer, so the grip doesn't interfere with it. So I'm just gonna reuse this one. I think it'll be okay. Basically, I'm just gonna spray it with water and stick it in there. Okay, I got twist throttle on there with the stock grip. The stock grip is I think it's a little thinner than this guy. Yeah, it does feel like it's a little thinner. It still looks okay, I guess. But yeah, it's gonna be like you're just gonna twist this, and then maybe grip the other one. It's a little bit bigger than this, so before you can kind of go like that, you know. Pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, it's in there. I tightened it up with the screw right here. Same size 3mm Allen head. And there it is. So now we got a battery indicator. And now we gotta go run the wiring. Okay, so I got all the wiring all bundled up. I might want to put another zip tie here. I don't know. Let me put one like right here or something. But everything looks good. I used the little wraparound plastics they got here. I don't want to do this one again. But this one, it looks okay here. And then there's a zip tie down here. Went and zip tied it back to the little ring hole here. It's pretty nice how they made this scooter. I'm really impressed with the way Razor made this guy. It's a little old now, so I stuck it under the grommet, the little half grommet there, and you just put this cover back on, and it should be good. And the connector is right here. Alright, so now that was the hard part. I left the brake cable in. I know. I don't know how to take the brake cable out. If there's a way to take it out, I would take it out. I just decided to just leave the brake cable in. Maybe we'll use it later, but it's going to be in there, but it won't be hooked up, basically. Alright, so now we're going to go mount this guy and then plug everything in, and then that should be it. And put everything back together. So I've decided to mount it facing like this, and then all the wires will just whoop, come up. It's a lot. The weird thing with this guy is, let's get the old. Okay, so the old one mounted like this with the wires coming up from the side here. Now, this guy, this one's smaller than this, but it's also wider if you hold it like that. See, so we can't install it the same way. So I'm just gonna install it with the wires facing towards you know, the front. And then I went and cut out a piece of this rubber packing sheet here, just so we can give the controller like something, you know, some kind of vibration dampening type of thing, so it doesn't mess it up. You know, it might mess up whatever. You know, this thing's got no suspension, so. And it's just gonna go underneath like that, and then I'm just gonna screw this hole into that one, and we're only gonna be able to use one of the holes, but that's okay. No big deal. Okay, so another thing I gotta modify is the hole for the screw. So this screw is bigger than this hole right here, so I'm just gonna enlarge it a little bit with the step bit here. Okay, so you can see the hole I made bigger here. Okay, there it is. It's in there. You can see the screw in there. This other one is not gonna fit. You can see it takes up a lot less space actually, and there's plenty of space on the top to put the connectors, I think. All right, so now I'm just gonna start connecting stuff. So there it is. So it's in there. Everything's connected. Like I said, the only one not connected is the brake wire, and that's just not going to be connected to anything. The power cable almost didn't reach. Yeah, it almost didn't reach. But it's super tight, so hopefully it doesn't break a connection or something. But it's okay. So everything's in there. So here we got the throttle here and the charge port and the motor. So basically I'm just going to try to cram that in there. There's a nice little pocket here to put the connectors, because the connectors are kind of bulky. And I got a lot of extra cable for the twist throttle. It's okay. So yeah, there it is. Fits in there pretty good. Got a lot of extra space in there now. Alright, so now we're going to go put the bracket back on. Oh yeah, and just to show you it works, I'm going to flip the switch here and the light's going to go on. Lights are on. Power on the throttle. Twist the throttle. Yeah, alright. Cool. Looks like it works. Alright, turn it off and pretty much just put it back together. So I'm going to go put the little bracket here that holds everything in, and then we'll start putting the deck on. Alright. Okay, Hazemaker here, and we are done. That's it. So the only the parts we have left over are the old controller, which is still good. However, I want to put that back in, I'll put it back in. I got the one screw that we did not use, the twist throttle, and the little plastic dealie here. And then I didn't use the grips from the new throttle, but I may change them. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I like this throttle with this grip with this throttle. Like I said, the throttle is a little bit bigger than the grip, so I think I may want to change it now. But I like it because it says Razor on it. All right, so there it is. So that's what it looks like when it's all said and done. Looks pretty much like the same scooter. Turn it on. Light goes on. Twist the throttle. So tomorrow I will go take it for a test ride, but tonight I will charge it. I will see if it charges properly, if the red light turns green. But you saw when I plugged it in earlier, it turned red. Hopefully it stops charging. If it doesn't stop charging, it may overcharge. So that's what we don't want. But it says it's fully charged right now. It's all the way max, so we'll take it for a spin tomorrow. We'll see what top speed we can get with this new controller. I don't think it's much faster than it was before, but hopefully it will be. Yeah, so I may think about upgrading the motor at some point to like a 350 watt or 250 watt. And then I mean, if it was a 350, I would have to get a new controller. So. Or we'll just run it at lower wattage. But all right, that's it for today. It's night out there right now, so I can't really take it for a test spin. Would not be the best time to do it. All right, here's my go. Okay, little update video. So I plugged it into the charger, and it was red, and then it turned green. So that means the charging port works perfectly. It turns off when it's supposed to, so I was afraid it was gonna just stay red and just overcharge and melt the battery like last time, but it didn't. So we're gonna unplug it right now, fire it up, still good. Give it a little rev. Okay, good to go. So it looks like it works pretty much like it did before. But now we have a variable throttle. Yeah, so next section will be we're going to take it for a test ride. We'll see its max speed, and yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, here's it out.